This is Adventure Club Summer 2017 Reading Rocks. So this week we're going to be focusing on different kind of reading activities, so hopefully make it more fun. So for day one, it's going to be Punk Skunks. We're going to be focusing on this book. It's about a Minnesota author, so that kind of makes it always more fun and interesting. Some of you may have already read this book. So during this week, to ask a lot of open-ended, engaging questions to get students involved in thinking. And kind of just, hopefully maybe it becomes a habit in your life to do it. So in a lot of this week, there's just tips and ideas of things you could do on a regular basis with kids to help them being engaged in reading and writing and listening tools to have in their life. So also for day one, they were going to be making their own tic-tac-toe word. There's detailed directions on how to do that activity. And this game is played like a regular tic-tac-toe game, except that each player must say a word to use in a sentence before it can be covered with the sticky notes, but you'll see the directions on how to make that. Day two is What's Under Your Cape. So this is a fun book also to read with the group, and feel free if any students want to read it to go ahead and do it. So this one deals with special powers and secret identity over a cape, or do you feel that you need to be a superhero to be somebody special in life? So it talks a lot about that. So then we are going to, this wasn't a very good printout, I should have looked it over, because this one's kind of dark, but you'll be able to see it when you actually look it up. But this one you'll have a big piece of paper that you'll hang on the wall to do the activity. It's what can I say to myself, so you'll have a side that says instead of and try thinking, and so you'll see it. And it's all detailed, gives you ideas, but and in the lesson plan, let the kids try to come up with some ideas on that. Then let that sheet hang up throughout the week, but when you're doing it for the other classes, make sure you take it down so the other class before don't copy them, but then it can hang up throughout the week to give kids ideas of things they can say to a student rather than saying something mean, something for them to think about. And then there's a twist on a game to play, Simon Says. So it's like regular Simon Says, but it's got a twist on it, so make sure you read that. And same with the hangman game, so they're common games that got twisted into make it a little fun. And then they're going to be making their own mask, but make sure there's a couple different designs of masks that they can choose from, but make sure they're not making it into a scary mask and it's something fun and happy to be. Day three is going to be fun pads that we're focusing on. The first activity they're going to do is a little opening activity. It's called Good News, Bad News Story. So each student, you'll have them sit around in a circle, and each student will go around telling a turn, saying something good and something bad. So like the first person might start by saying, I found a magic stone in the park, but I lost it on my way home. So then it would be the next student's turn, and they would say something like, my friend found my stone, but he wouldn't give it back. So then just continue around the circle to see what they come up with. Then the students, for a little take-home activity, will be making their own pencil topper. There's lots of different ideas of things they can do, or maybe they want to come up with their own. This again wasn't a very dark picture, or very good, but it's pretty simple. I mean, they can make a cat, a monster, a one-eyed thing, but it's made out of felt. So we want them to use their imagination to come up with it. Then after they're done with that, they will get a fun pad that they can use to make. They can pick one out to fill out and do. And then there's another little lost and found activity with directions attached in there that they can do. So day four, we're just going to do a lot of fun and games. The kids are just going to interact with each other and socialize. So that one, there's a whole list of different board games they can pick from to do. And if there's any that your site doesn't have that you really feel like your kids would want, then talk to your site leader. Maybe they can order their own to have out there, or at the end of the summer, I'm sure these can get distributed as well. And then there is other games and activities that are more like paper ones. So there's like Mad Libs, and there's story cubes that they can do, and brain quest cards we're going to send out. And then there's a whole bunch of just ideas of other like paper activities that they can do. There's simple ones of shape words and apple tree and word square, and those directions are in there. So that's just kind of fun and games for that last day. That's Reading Rocks.